What James Sloan Hutchinson did in 1868 is he gave permission for people to act on behalf of animals. What makes San Francisco SPCA different is that very early on we had outreach into Central Valley and to North Bay and other areas. And then of course in the 90s, being really the founders of the no-kill movement, it's the first sense of inspiration that shelters are not just there to dispose of animals, they're really there to rehome them and rehabilitate and offer them truly shelter. That was a revolution, and that's international. We are strong believers that if you give people the option to do the compassionate thing versus not, that we will choose the most compassionate option. That's the spirit that lives on today. When people walk onto our campus, the first thing we think, no matter what's going on, that they've made the right choice, that they're coming to us to act on that sense of compassion. We are blessed with about 1,700 people who give of their time freely, volunteers, to make this all possible. It is an enormous gift, and many volunteers talk about the gift of volunteering that it gives to them. For whatever reason, they're unable to have an animal in their life, in their homes, but they can experience that at the shelter. And for others, they have other animals, but it's just purely to give. So for decades, the San Francisco SPCA has run a full-service hospital. And what is so unusual about our hospital is it's not just a low-cost hospital. We have lots of low-cost services to help people with financial needs. But it essentially operates as a social enterprise. We use those profits that are generated there to help guardians who need financial help to keep their beloved pet. And that's really the shift that we're seeing in animal welfare, is because of subsidized medical care in the form of spay, neuter, and vaccinations. San Francisco is no longer seeing waves and waves and waves of unwanted animals. It is maintaining that beautiful human-animal bond as long as possible. In our hospitals, we now have over 40 doctors. We have a 24-hour service, 7 days a week. And I'm very proud of the Society for being there for pet guardians in San Francisco. About 5,000 children come through our humane education camps each year. It's a wonderful time to be around the campus in the summertime because we have all of the classes going. And in the fall, when kids are back in school, our humane education teachers also meet kids where they are in the school system and have specific lesson plans to engage them around animal welfare and compassion and empathy. Our values at the San Francisco SPCA are pretty simple. It is to be fearless, to be connected, and to be generous. And those values drive so much of what we do. I think everyone who is sitting in the audience has a connection with an animal. So when we talk about being connected, it's always remembering that we're there because we love this connection with animals. It's meaningful to us, and it's meaningful to the person who's coming in. We see so much joy in what we do, but when we go to shelters in Central Valley and other places, we see things that are hard. And so we have to work at keeping ourselves available and ready to respond to whether it's a disaster someplace, or it's a community that really needs a lot of help, or an abuse or neglect case that comes into our facility. But I actually cannot imagine being alive without an animal in my life. From very early on, I gravitated towards animals, and they make me feel at home in the world.